We're able to see exactly where the fire is burning.
Trying to contain the Grizzly Creek fire, firefighters using new Air Force technology to get the upper hand.
It's really just about improving the current way of operations.
This fire had very extreme fire behavior.
Plus, the challenges facing firefighters as 3 other major wildfires burned thousands of acres across the state.
Haze and smoke continues to affect the Front Range, and air quality warning extended into tomorrow, along with strong thunderstorms. I'll let you know when the weather will calm down coming up.
And a church vandalized, a statue beheaded. The message members are now sending to the person who did it.
It's disturbing and it's sad to see that.
We're fighting one fire at a time.
Firefighters on the front lines trying to contain 4 major fires burning all across Colorado. The Pine Gulch, Grizzly Creek, Williams Fork, and Cameron Peak fires have now burned more than 120,000 acres combined. Good evening and thank you for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
And I'm Jason Grenauer. Let's start at the Grizzly Creek fire, which has burned more than 25,000 acres and is keeping I-70 shut down between Gypsum and Glenwood Springs.
Nearly a dozen communities have been evacuated in that area.
Denver7's SLOAN Dickey has been covering the fire burning near Glenwood Springs all weekend. He joins us live from Eagle County with the technology the crews are using to try to contain that fire. SLOAN.
Yeah, as you said, the Grizzly Creek fire continues to expand several thousand acres over the past 24 hours. High winds and dry conditions continue to put emergency crews at risk, but that new technology that is being deployed here at this fire, developers say could give firefighters the upper hand in their fight against the flames.
The fight against wildfires,
This system is called the Team Awareness Kit.
has entered the 21st century.
It is truly like Google Maps for a wildland firefighter. Now, for the first time, we're deploying it across a fire.
The Team Awareness Kit, or TAC for short, was developed by the Air Force for combat warfare.
You can see here in pink, this was new fire growth that this aircraft mapped.
Adapted now to combat flames.
We're able to see exactly where the fire is burning, see where our firefighters are, and get intelligence in real time on the behavior and activity of the fire.
Developers are deploying this technology for the first time in a major wildland operation at the Grizzly Creek fire, giving them real-time eyes on the ground.
Each dot is a firefighter.
In the sky,
there is an enormous amount of math and science that goes into being able to put video onto the surface of the earth.
And in the wild as the fire expands.
We're giving each crew, each boss that's out in the field, a phone so they can see this information.
Giving emergency crews data that would have taken hours to collect.
This is currently in real time.
In a matter of seconds.
It's really just about improving the current way of operations.
As fire crews battle back nature,
truly made it military grade.
The future of technology helps them plan.
Now, developers tell me that this technology is still being tested, but they hope to see something like the TAC system deployed at multiple fires in the future. Reporting live in Eagle County, SLOAN Dickey, Denver7.
Good work out there. Thank you, SLOAN. And I-70 through Glenwood Canyon has been shut down for nearly a week because of that fire. No word yet on when it's going to open back up again, but CDOT is asking drivers to take highways 50 and 285 to try to get around that fire. And just so you know, Independence Pass is open, but to passenger vehicles only.
The Grand County Sheriff's Office is working with emergency management officials for an evacuation plan for the town of Fraser near the Williams Fork fire. But officials have not said if that town will be evacuated. The fire has grown to more than 6,000 acres now. Firefighters say the fire has moved to Darling Creek and is burning in the Byers Peak wilderness. Firefighters say strong winds are pushing the Cameron Peak fire in Larimer County to the east. The fire has grown to more than 12,000 acres. It's burning about 15 miles southwest of Red Feather Lakes in Larimer County. Firefighters say the rough terrain and thick vegetation is also helping spread those flames.
We really need to look for, as a strategy for this fire, a place where we can make a reasonable stand and utilize control features that already exist.
Several campgrounds in the Arapahoe and Roosevelt National Forests have been closed or already evacuated. Also in that area, Highway 14 is shut down, and the fire crossed that highway now in a second location.
Continuing our fire coverage, new video shows a giant smoke plume coming from the Pine Gulch fire. This fire has burned more than 80,000 acres and it's near Grand Junction. Firefighters say the wind shifted yesterday, leading to more activity on the southwest side of the fire near Garfield Mesa. More firefighters were called in to help in that area today, and fire officials will have a virtual public meeting tomorrow night at 6 that will be streamed live on Facebook. Members of the Frederick Firestone Protection District have spent several days helping firefighters try to fight the Pine Gulch fire. One of their wildland firefighters, along with 2 from the Berthoud Fire District, have also been sent to assist with the Cameron Peak fire.
The amount of that smoke is just absolutely amazing. Well, to the weather now, a live look outside back here in the metro. It's basically a live look at the heat we are under once again today.
And the haze we were under too. Meteorologist Stacey Donaldson joins us from her home weather center with the outlook on that heat and that haze. Stacey.
Hey guys, yes, another hot day with the hazy, smoky conditions here across the Front Range, and it looks like it will continue in through tomorrow. Air quality warning in effect for the entire Front Range, lasting through tomorrow afternoon and evening. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch across the eastern plains with a few strong thunderstorms between Akron and Burlington. Here in Denver, it's remained dry with, of course, the haze and the smoke. Now off to our east, we have some severe thunderstorms that have been pushing eastward with a lot of lightning and some small hail. Down to the south, same situation, but we have a flash flood warning near Walsenburg. So we're keeping a close eye on all of those storms as they push on through. As for the smoke, looks like it'll stick around through tomorrow on our wildfire smoke forecast. You can see all of that smoke affecting the Front Range and the eastern plains even through tomorrow. So our hourly planner through the rest of the night includes haze and smoke, and we'll have temperatures in the 80s through about 10 o'clock. We'll be to 77 degrees by 11 o'clock and staying in the 70s through the midnight hour. But we will drop to 60 degrees for our overnight low with those hazy skies. And we'll talk more about the 7-day forecast, which, believe it or not, looks like things will heat up even more. And I'll have that for you coming up.
All right, thank you, Stacey. And we've got some incredible video now from California showing a smoke funnel from a wildfire near Lake Tahoe. This is incredible. The National Weather Service had to issue a rare fire tornado alert for it yesterday, saying there was a potential for 60-mile-an-hour winds. So fire tornadoes are formed when rising heat from a fire pulls in smoke and flames and dirt and actually creates rotation above the fire. That's amazing. And in Southern California, firefighters there are trying to contain a fire threatening homes in northern Los Angeles County. This fire is only 12% contained. More than 4,500 homes are in danger. About 1,500 firefighters are working the fire right now, which has burned about 15,000 acres.
Back here in Colorado, one lane of Rabbit Ears Pass is closed because of a deadly semi crash. The crash happened just after 8 this morning. Colorado State troopers say that the semi may have been speeding when it drove off the road and overturned. 2 people were inside at the time. The passenger died at the scene. The driver was airlifted to the hospital.
All right, replacing Denver's police officers with something called a peace force. Councilwoman Candy Cidabacca is proposing that change during a city council meeting tomorrow. The peace force would strip most officers of their weapons and their ability to make arrests. Law enforcement would instead take what Cidabacca describes as a holistic approach to managing problems. If it's approved, that measure would go on Denver's ballot this November. Meanwhile, Denver police are telling people don't be alarmed if you hear gunshots in your neighborhood Tuesday evening. Officers are testing their gunshot detection system from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. They'll test the system at 9 spots all around downtown Civic Center and Capitol Hill. Now, bullets will not be fired into the air or on the ground, and there is no danger to the public.
Church is supposed to be one of those places held sacred, but vandals did anything but to a Denver church recently, and not for the first time. Denver7's Sean Toll has more on the incidents that have happened recently, including the beheading of a statue.
This is the shrine at Our Lady of Guadalupe Church in North Denver.
I feel like this is a home where I can come and pray, have healing.
But this place for healing needed its own healing touch a week ago.
Somebody came and vandalized this, broke the head of St. Jude and broke all the candles here.
This is not the only vandalism the church has had in the past few months.
We've had some of the collection boxes taken. And we're like, you know, it's for the good of the church. It's a sad thing to see. It's hurtful because this is my home.
With health guidelines during the current pandemic, the outdoor sanctuary is even more needed.
We're very limited for people to come to the church because of the social distancing. So not everybody can come. And at least we can come outside here and be able to pray and heal.
The St. Jude statue has been glued back together, but still needs repairs.
It's disturbing and it's sad to see that because we come here to heal and pray.
Despite everything, their spirits have healed.
We don't have anger. We pray for them. That they heal, that they can heal from whatever it is that caused them to do this.
And hope it doesn't happen again. Sean Toll, Denver7.
All right, today is the last day of summer vacation for a lot of students here in the metro. Cherry Creek schools start the new year tomorrow with a phase-in week. Classes will be in person for pre-K through 5th grade. Grades 6 through 12 will have a hybrid schedule with online and in-person classes. Orientation week starts tomorrow for students in Douglas County, and next Monday is when students start a mix of online and in-person classes. And in the Greeley-Evans School District, in-person learning starts tomorrow. Thousands of college students will be moving into the dorms at CU and CSU tomorrow. Both schools have guidelines for moving in. At CU, students have to wear masks, have to get tested for coronavirus before moving in. And at CSU, students will move in all next week. 15 students per dorm will be allowed to move in per hour.
Colorado has surpassed more than 53,000 total coronavirus cases. The state reported close to 340 new cases today. The state has not updated the number of hospital beds being used by coronavirus patients, but yesterday about 240 beds were in use out of more than 10,000.